The lobby was silent except for the soft hum of the air conditioner and the little boy's nervous whispers. "Mom, are we in trouble?" he asked, clutching his mother's worn handbag. Sarah knelt down, forcing a smile despite the embarrassment burning inside her. "No, sweetheart. Mommy's just early, that's all." But she wasn't early, she was desperate. She had no babysitter, no money for daycare, and no one left to call. This interview was her last hope to pay rent before they were kicked out of their apartment. When the receptionist glanced up and frowned at the child, Sarah already knew what was coming. "I'm sorry, ma'am," the woman said stiffly. "Children aren't allowed during interviews. It's unprofessional." Sarah's heart sank. "Please, I had no choice." But the receptionist had already turned away. Sarah gathered her son ready to leave, holding back tears. "Come on, Max, let's go." Just then, the elevator doors opened. A tall man stepped out, dressed in a charcoal suit, calm but commanding. His eyes immediately fell on the mother and child. "What's going on here?" he asked. The receptionist straightened. "Mr. Thompson, she brought her child to an interview. I was just asking her to reschedule. Mr. Thompson, the CEO. Sarah froze. "I'm sorry, sir," she stammered. "I didn't mean to break any rules. I couldn't leave him alone." The CEO studied her. The boy's small hands clung to her coat. His shoes were scuffed, his hair neatly combed. She had tried her best. Mr. Thompson's voice softened. "You came all the way here just to be told to leave?" Sarah nodded, ashamed. He smiled faintly. "Then let's not waste the trip. Come with me." The receptionist's jaw dropped as the CEO gestured for Sarah and Max to follow him into the elevator. Inside his office, a vast room of glass and city light, Max wandered toward a shelf of toy cars on display. Mr. Thompson noticed. "You like cars?" he asked. Max nodded shyly. "My mommy says we'll have one someday. A red one." The CEO chuckled. "Red's a good choice." Sarah's cheeks flushed. "I'm so sorry, he's just—" "It's fine," the CEO interrupted gently. "I used to have a son about his age." Something in his voice cracked for a moment before he cleared his throat. "Let's start the interview." Sarah spoke with quiet passion about her years of experience, the nights she'd worked double shifts, and the skills she'd built through sheer determination. Max sat quietly by her side, drawing a red car on a notepad the CEO had given him. When she finished, there was a long silence. Mr. Thompson looked at her, then at the boy. "You're hired," he said simply. Sarah's eyes widened. "Sir, but—" he smiled. "Any woman who walks through a storm holding her child and still shows up on time deserves more than a job. She deserves a chance." Tears slipped down her face. "Thank you," she whispered. A week later, Sarah walked into her new office, smaller than his but filled with light. Max ran to the window, giggling as he pointed at the skyline. Mr. Thompson appeared at the door holding a small box. Inside was a toy red car. "For Max," he said with a smile. A reminder that sometimes dreams start with courage, and a mother who refuses to give up. Sarah's lips trembled. "You don't know what this means to us." He looked at her, eyes soft. "Maybe I do. Because deep down, the Millionaire CEO, once a single father himself, knew exactly what it felt like to fight for the little hands that made life worth living." Weeks passed. Sarah proved herself quickly, staying late, managing clients flawlessly, even fixing systems that had been broken for months. Everyone noticed, but no one noticed more than Mr. Thompson. Every morning, he'd find her already there, coffee in hand, her laptop open, her son quietly coloring in a corner with headphones on. She didn't complain. She didn't gossip. She simply worked. One evening, long after most employees had gone home, he found her still at her desk. "Sarah," he said gently, "you've been here since 7 a.m. Go home." She looked up, startled. "I just wanted to finish this report before tomorrow." He smiled. "You remind me of someone." She tilted her head. "Your wife?" For a second, something flickered in his eyes. "My late wife," he said quietly. "She was like you," Always putting others first. Sarah's heart softened. I'm sorry. I didn't know. He looked out at the city lights, losing her. It made me forget what kindness looked like, until you walked in. The room fell silent, just the soft hum of computers and the faint sound of Max humming in the next room. Sir, she said hesitantly, I'm just grateful for this job. You've done more for us than anyone. He shook his head. You earned it. And Max? He glanced toward the boy. He's special. You both are. That night, as Sarah packed up her things, she found a sticky note on her desk in neat handwriting. Your dedication doesn't go unnoticed. Don't let anyone make you feel small again. JT. She smiled. For the first time in years, someone saw her. A few weeks later, a storm rolled through the city. Violent, cold, and unrelenting. The power flickered out across several neighborhoods, including Sarah's small apartment complex. When Mr. Thompson heard, he didn't hesitate. He drove through the rain himself, headlights cutting through the downpour until he saw her building half flooded. Sarah was outside, wrapped in a soaked coat, clutching Max. Mr. Thompson, she gasped. What are you doing here? He stepped out of his car, umbrella in hand. You're coming with me. I can't. Yes, you can, he interrupted firmly. Get in. Within minutes, they were in his penthouse, warm and safe. Max stared wide-eyed at the huge windows overlooking the city. Mom, it's like we're in the sky, he said, grinning. Mr. Thompson chuckled. Welcome to the clouds, young man. Sarah looked around, overwhelmed. You didn't have to do this. He turned to her. I did. Because no one should have to fight alone, not anymore. She opened her mouth to speak, but emotion caught in her throat. Later that night, she stood by the window watching the rain streak down the glass. Max was asleep on the couch, covered in a soft blanket. Mr. Thompson joined her quietly, holding 2 cups of tea. You know, he said softly, sometimes the people who fall the hardest end up teaching us how to stand again. Sarah turned to him, eyes glistening. Maybe we both needed a second chance. He smiled faintly. Maybe we did. And as the storm raged outside, 2 hearts, once broken by loss and struggle, began to heal in the warmth of a home neither had expected to find.